Hey everybody, Lawrence here with 30 Basement Terrain coming at you with another one. This is going to be a real quick one. It's an update to a quick tip I did a while ago making moss paste. Link down in the description. I was putting some flock on some goblin minis I was painting recently and doing what I normally do. Glue, flock, tap it off on a piece of paper, and then I jam it in here into a container like that. And it's like, that's actually kind of useful. I'm gonna make a quick video about it. I just want to show you what I do when I'm basing something or flocking something and what I do with the excess and how I turn it into moss. So before I get to it, I want to give a big shout out to my patrons, Dungeon Mason, Corel, and now Mia Geek. Your guys' help is greatly appreciated. It does actually come in handy. So thank you very much. Let's get to it. I was painting 8 goblins up, and I'm doing my typical flocking job of using some fine flock, earth, burnt grass, and then yellow grass for a highlight. Now, when I do flocking, I use a watered down PVA, brush it onto the spots I want, sprinkle it on, and for the earth, I tap it directly back into the container. Now, for the burnt grass, I don't tip it directly back in the container because it could have some of the earth could get back into there, but I knock it off onto this parchment paper I have underneath. Now, I have a small container that I have future moss written onto it. Basically, I save all the knockoffs like you see here, and I do this for any time I do miniature basing or terrain making. I save the leftovers because I want to turn it into moss eventually. This is just my way of being, without having to actually mix up a batch directly from my flocking containers. Like I said, I save the knockoffs. Now, when I'm actually getting ready to make a batch of moss paste, I already have this little container ready to go with a bunch of leftovers. I pour in some tacky glue, or if you're into making your own homemade tacky glue, you could use that. I'm going to have to try that eventually. But I mix in small amounts of the glue because I don't want to put all of it in and then at one shot and then find out, oh, I put too much in. So small amounts is all you really need to do. Yeah, you might have to do it multiple times and stir it up, but it's better off to do it this way because if you put all the glue in at one shot, you could wind up with a mess and be out of tacky and have a big wad of green goo that you can't use for moss paste, which is what we're trying to. But again, just stir it up until you get to the consistency that you want. And I'm almost there. So once you get to the consistency you want for your paste, you're good to go. It can go on buildings, bases, any type of terrain you want. And as long as it's in an airtight container, it's going to last for a while. I've had this stuff last for months at a time. Hey everybody, if you watch this far, it means you watch to the end. As always, I appreciate that. Yep, moss paste is a very useful tool to have. There are many different ways to do moss. I've seen people use like washes. I've seen people put glue on, then put flocking on. This is just one of many ways to do moss, but it's quick, it's easy, and it's always ready to go right out of the container. Like I said, I've had batches of this stuff last for months, and I mix it off of like the stuff I knock off of bases and terrain. So it's quick, it's easy, and it helps keep your supplies good. All right, guys. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more, click subscribe down below. Discord, Patreon, all that is linked down into the description. So hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, whenever you're working on your terrain or minis or models or anything like that, the only person guy you worry about is you, because it's your terrain.